Hey, what's going on? All right, here we go. So we're going to do with this one is going to be the continuation of when we went to the Mexican consulate, right?
Right.
All right. So we already put out the little 3 minute little, I guess, montage video, whatever. When me, you, and Big Bro was headed down to the consulate.
Okay.
All right. So what I want to do now, I want to tell people the steps because I don't think people understand how fast we was able to get all this done. We was able to get this done relatively quick because if anybody know, well, if you know about getting passports, you know that you put it off in normal passport time to get your passport is 8 to 12 weeks, right?
Right.
All right. So what we did is the first thing you have to do, you go to your US, if you're in the States, so this is going to be pertaining strictly to the United States. So first thing you got to do is you go to USPS.com, which is the Postal Service website, and find the one closest to you first thing and see what they have the closest appointment. When we was trying this, October 27th was the date that we first started doing this whole process, okay? We didn't have passports. So when I say we went from the beginning, we went from the very, very beginning. All right, so everything at first I was looking at I was trying to get the closest post office close by us, but all those were saying 5, 6 months off for making an appointment for get your passport pictures and send your application, all that stuff in. But lo and behold, we kept searching and we was able to find one that again, it was October 27th. Then they ended up giving us an appointment for November 17th at 9:30, right?
Right.
Okay. So you gotta make sure with her because she keep most of this stuff together and I just kind of be running. But anyway, okay, so we got our appointment to get our passport appointment for November the 17th. Well, we get down there because when you go get your passport, what do you need?
You need your ID.
Okay.
You need your application,
Okay.
and you need a passport photo. Photo.
Okay, photo. And we need our original birth certificates.
Yes, the original birth certificate.
Okay. And you need your so all the things you said plus our original birth certificates. Now, some of the offices, the post offices, will say on their site that they take the pictures there. Some will tell you that they don't. The one that we found, that we was able to get the closer appointment, they did. They on their site they said they took the pictures there, but once we got there, something lo and behold, this governmental bureaucracy crap, something didn't work out. They wasn't taking pictures. But the lady there that helped us at this office, man, she was real cool. She told us where to go get the pictures at. She waited on us. Her passport was expired. She showed her the form that she needed to go ahead and get that done. I never had a passport, so it was a whole new process for me. But we got everything done relatively quick, man. So we went down to CVS to take the pictures. For 2 little passport pictures, it was $35 a piece, something like that for us. When you go to CVS, 'cause that's where we went, you need to make sure you tell them the pictures that you're taking is for a passport because they got the configurations in their system. They know it has to be a white background. They know all that kind of crap, right?
Right.
All right, all right. So we got the passport pictures done. We went back and done all this stuff real quick. As far as the cost, because when we got there, the lady asked, "Do you want a passport card or a passport book?" I really didn't, to be honest with you. I didn't know the difference at the time. I told her, "Give me everything you got." Give me everything you got for both of them. Give us the cards and the book. And I told her, "Hey, you know what? We want it expedited, fast as we can get it." She said, "Okay, the normal processing time is 8 to 12 weeks. If you do it expedited, then you're looking at 5 weeks maybe, something like that," she said. All right, cool. So we want to get this process done because remember, we are all trying to get ready to do part one so we can go down to the Mexican consulate. All right, so that's the passport.
Now with the passports,
Okay.
now make sure you actually go ahead and get the book
Yeah.
because the book has to be stamped. The card itself is just like a little card you can put in your wallet. It's just like your regular U.S. ID, your Texas driver's license, or whatever ID card you have. It's that size. Information looks similar, so you can't have that stamped.
Yeah.
So just make sure you get the book.
Okay. So now we're past the passport. So now this is for everybody else that's probably talking about, okay, well, what about part one of me getting my temporary permanent residence in Mexico? All right, so here we go. Now we're waiting for our passports to come. And lo and behold, our passport cards actually came about 3 weeks, I would say. It was about 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, we got our passport cards this is from November the 17th. because once we got our passport cards, then about 4 or 5 days after that, we got our passport books. And it came a lot faster than 5 weeks. Remember, we went there on November 17th. Once we got our passport books, we said, you know what? Now we gotta go jump on the website for the Mexican consulate somewhere. We had to find a Mexican consulate. Now this is where things gonna start to get tricky, y'all. Okay, here we go. Now, when you go to the Mexican consulate website, you can just, whatever state you're in the United States, just put on your web browser, just put Mexican consulate in Atlanta, Mexican consulate in Houston, wherever you're at, and you'll find a Mexican consulate in that area close by you. Now, keep in mind, just like the United States government offices, the Mexican consulate, even though it's on American soil, it's a Mexican consulate, and trust me, you're gonna find out real goddamn fast. Every last one of them seem like they go by their own set of rules.
True.
Some of the requirements for your temporary residency are it's called economic solvency, which means you have to prove that you can come down to Mexico and you're not going to be a strain, a burden on the country, so you can take care of yourself. Whether you're coming there with a job, you're working remotely, or you got enough money to say, hey, I'm just going to sit back and do the thing like I want to do the thing. But what they're going to ask to see from you at the Mexican consulates, they're going to say, we need 12 months of income statements. Okay? They're going to want to see your passport. They want the original, and they want a colored copy. Okay? They also want to see, what else was it we had to get?
So it was your
passport,
basically the only thing they were worried about with us, passport. You needed a color copy, black and white copy, and you had to make sure it was the one with the picture on it, the picture and the signature.
You got a picture and a signature when you do your passport. It got to be, so if you got multiple stamps in your passport, you're gonna have to take a picture of all that. They want all that, original and a copy of all that. Okay, our situation was pretty much just the front page, with our signature on and our picture, because we hadn't used them. We had just got them. We literally just got these in the mail. So I'm kind of jumping the gun with this. Why I say this is what the Mexican consulate wanted. Let me back up a little bit, so I don't want to confuse you guys. When you are actually on the Mexican website for the Mexican consulate, because you're looking to see which one you're going to go to, you can go to any one. Don't have to be one close by you. You can go to one in another state, wherever you can find the closest, and I guess the one with the best financial requirements, because all of them are different. Some might have a lower requirement, a lower threshold than other ones. So you know your situation. We don't know your situation. Find that one that's better for you, and then you make your appointment. Now, the Mexican consulate, remember, you're trying to go to a Mexican country, a Spanish-speaking country. So the Mexican consulate, obviously the website is in Spanish. Now, of course, on most browsers, you can translate that page to English, but it might transfer kind of funky, but hopefully you'll still be able to understand it. Thankfully for us, I speak Spanish, I also read and write Spanish. So we didn't go and do what most people do, which go hire an immigration lawyer or get somebody and pay some facilitator, whatever it's called. We did the whole process ourselves from start to finish. Now, so we can keep the timeline straight. Remember, we started from down here, no passports. October 27th, made an appointment on the Postal Service website. We got our passport appointment for November 17th. We're waiting on our passports. They came in. We're on the Mexican consulate website. We made our first appointment at one consulate, and that one, they put it off. They didn't have no dates until January the 20th, 2023.
Yeah, according to the computer, they said they had an appointment, but then they didn't have the information about the requirements, the income. So you emailed
I emailed them, because I had to email them.
He emailed them. So once he emailed them, we did go online and we did book the appointment. However, once they start communicating with you, they gave you a range of dates for you to choose from. Yeah, it was like the 20th, 25th, 25th, 27th, all the way to the 31st of January. Because then they started telling me that once January was filled up, then they're going to start working on February. So
okay, we got our passports now. Now we successfully secured a January 20th date at the Mexican consulate, at one Mexican consulate. I'll tell you this one. This Mexican consulate was in McAllen.
McAllen.
So we made the appointment in McAllen. But then we said, you know what? We want to do it faster than that.
Yep.
Yeah. So we decided we want to try to go back on the Mexican consulate site, and we're going to try to do another appointment. Make another appointment at, at another consulate and see. Well, lo and behold, since we had already finalized that one, and remember, even though each one of these Mexican consulates, they have their own requirements. It seems like they ran independently, but via the system, they are integrated. So when you make that and you finalize an appointment, what we found out is that you can't go in that system and cancel that. I didn't see a way to cancel that appointment, or we weren't able to make another appointment. So what we had decided to do is find a way around that. And we found a way around it. We got to another one. And again, you're going to really need to be proficient in Spanish, whether you're reading and writing it. And at this point, honestly, to do the little hack that we did, you're going to have to talk with somebody. So, I actually dialed them up. I used the phone, man. It was a combination, phone and emails. But anyway, we was able to secure another appointment. And this appointment was for December 21st.
Yeah.
December 21st. Now, I want to make sure that we're keeping this timeline because I want y'all to understand something. Why we so pumped up about this? Because most people, they say, man, look, they already got their passports, but just trying to get the process done to where they're going to get, for part one of the, trying to get the temporary residency, which has to be done in the States. It's taken them quite some time to get through that. But remember, we went from having no passports October 27th, having no passports to getting our appointment to have our passport picture and stuff done on November 17th. We got expedited that. We got our paperwork and our documentation back, passports back. We immediately jumped on the Mexican consulate sites. We was able to secure not one, but two appointments at the Mexican consulate. And the one that we chose was obviously December 21st. So keep in mind, October 27th, no passports. December 21st, we're actually headed to the consulate with our passport to get our temporary visa sticker put into our passport.
And keep in mind, this is a one-day process, so that's why when they said the 21st, a few days from Christmas, we said we'll be fine because it's only like five and a half hours away from where we live. So, and that was either McAllen or Laredo.
Laredo, either one, yep.
So
we decided, hey, you know what, like they said, Beverly Hillbillies, we loaded up the truck and we moved to Beverly. But anyway, so that's where y'all see that little video that we did, the little montage, if you will. Well, I didn't want to drive down there because, this is, y'all see everywhere. Everywhere you see me, you see my right-hand person. She's on my left right now, but she's my right-hand dog. But, man, do not think you're finna take no road trip with this one right here. Not for no co-pilot, because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. So, and we're trying to prove that we could do something. So all the road trips, I'm like, cool, I got this. Man, my eyes down, whatever. But anyway, so I went to go pick my big bro up, because that's my dog, He got my back no matter what. So that's when y'all see him. We're going to pick big bro up, and that's when we headed on up. Now, we get to the consulate. Oh, let me back up. Before we get to the consulate, things that you're going to need to go to the consulate. Like I said, you're going to need your bank statements. I told you all that. Now, your bank statements, they says, if you look on their site, on the Mexican consulate site, any one of them, they says original and copy. Now, original certified and or signed. That's the way it says on the Mexican consulate site for your bank statements. Now, y'all know, like I know, when you log into your bank, you print your documents out. That's straight from the bank, okay? But it kept throwing us off because it says original, it says certified, it says and or signed. So we decided to go to the bank. And if you Google this or you research it enough, you'll see a lot of people have the same problem because a lot of consulates, for whatever reason, they're wanting signed paperwork from your bank.
Not happening.
It's not going to happen.
Never.
Put it like this. In our banks, it's not happening. And from what I've been reading on other people, it didn't happen for them neither. But what we decided to do is very, very simple. We went to our bank. We told them what we needed. They told us, we're not giving it that to you. We got 3 different banks. We got put it like this. You don't even know my banks, but we got 3 different banks. Mm-hmm. We went to every last one of the banks, and every last one of them told me the same thing. Appreciate your business, but we're not signing that. So the last bank that I went to, I told them, look here, I'm your customer. If you can't sign it for me, and I'm telling you what I'm trying to do, how can you help me through this process to give me what I need? So at the end of the day, what we decided, they're going to stamp every page. Now remember, they won in 12 months. And again, in everything in Mexico, the only thing consistency is inconsistency. That's what I've been hearing. I'm going to tell you that it so far has proven to be the truth. Okay, but anyway, so we go get all of our bank accounts, not just one. We went and got all of our bank accounts. We got 3, 4 bank accounts. Mm-hmm. 3, at this one particular bank. We didn't go, we got it from this one bank. And we told them we needed all of them. 1-year statement. So we're at the bank for almost 2.5 hours. They gave us all our documentation. Now the lady who went and printed all this stuff, cause we done tore their printer up at this point. They printer hot, it's smoking. Because we literally got about 300 to 400 sheets of paper now.
Because he need copies for himself. I need my own personal copies.
So that means same 300 or 400 sheets for me, she needed. And then, not enough, now we have to ask them to stamp every single page.
But she was nice.
She did it. She did it. Literally, we sat at this bank for about 2.5 hours, kid you not, just printing, and this lady just stamping stuff. So we got through that, because maybe it was overkill on our part, because we didn't want to go through this driving 5.5 hours just for them to tell us we didn't have something right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we went overkill. So lo and behold, the day of, we drove down there. Y'all seen the video. We got there about 15, 20 minutes early for our appointment. Mm-hmm. Part 1, Mexican Consulate, and we're down in Laredo, Texas now. So we go in, get checked in. When you first go in the door, you'll be welcomed by armed security guard. This one at this consulate did not speak any English. Nice as can be, but didn't speak any English. Mm-hmm. So we got ourselves checked in, and they tell you to sit down. Then somebody will call your name. Okay. Well, her appointment was before mine. Mm-hmm. I was the second person because I would like her to go first because she can't speak it, and I always think that no matter what, I'll be able to hear it, or I'll be there with her, or something will happen. But
he was able to listen because the place, it wasn't a big building. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a big building. You could tell that from the outside. But they actually had some cubicles. We had a lobby area with some chairs. And then on the right-hand side where we were sitting, they had about 6
cubicles.
About 6 cubicles. And the first one that was right by us was actually the representative that assisted us.
Yep. Yep, and she was cool. They called my name first. I guess they just recognized a real person. You know what I'm saying? They weren't worried about time. They looked at me and they said, you know what? Let's grab that brother first, man. So y'all know what it is.
Maybe my name was too hard.
Possibility. But anyway, so we sitting there and they say Juanito, and I'm still talking to her, having our own private conversation. And I heard Juanito, and again, me and her still talking. And then somebody finally said, Johnny! My name is Johnny. I'm not no damn Juanito. Or Juan. But yeah, even on my official documentation, when I get checked in places here, they call me Juanito. So I roll with it now. Okay, cool. But anyway, so I go there, and the process is once they go there, they call your name. You're supposed to give them all your documentation. They want your passport. They want your documentation, the copies, original copies. Remember, we want to be over, we got abundance of everything. So I go ahead, I got 300 to 400 sheets of bank statements from 3 different accounts, 4 different accounts. I got 3, 4 copies, all color. I didn't do no black and white hardly. I think I did one.
Just one copy.
Yeah, but I got like 3 or 4 colors on everything. The lady looked at this big stuff. She got my passports, my original and my copy, slid everything else back to me. She asked me about my financials. I didn't know which account I was going to give her. So I just threw her one of my accounts, one of our accounts, I threw one of our accounts. She looked at one page, because, it shows the top, the financial, the amount. She went through maybe about 3 to 4 sheets back, which probably equates to about 2 months. She looked at about 2 months, and she realized, are you trying to do permanent or what, sir? That's what she's looking at me like, she said, permanent, okay. And I tell her, no, I want to do temporary, don't want to do the permanent right now. She didn't have no more questions for me. I mean, she was like, cool. We started talking about her kids. We started talking about her fingernails because she had these little, how you ladies be doing on fingernail things. She had it was close to Christmas, So every day when her nails had a Santa Claus or a Rudolph
Snowman
or snowman, they were neat.
Mm-hmm.
They was neat. So we started talking about all that, and she just told me, okay, you can go, you go ahead, go sit down while I go take this back, and we'll start working on get you your passport thing done. I said, okay, cool. So I went back and said, well, my wife gonna wait for my wife to get called. Remember, her appointment before mine. Mm-hmm. So, but they called me first, so I automatically thought that they was gonna call her. So as soon as I sit down, the woman that called me called another gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just looking like, okay, cool. I guess somebody else gonna call her, but I got the eagle it out because I'm like, wherever she go, I'm gonna have to help her. Well, something happened. I don't remember how did it happen.
I'm not sure because she recognized something. I don't know. I think I'm really not sure.
I don't know.
Maybe she wanted to see if I was going to act a fool or not. I'm not sure.
I don't know what happened.
My appointment I was checked in first, and my appointment was first.
Yes.
So by right, I should have been seen.
You should have been seen first.
So she let him go, call another gentleman because she seemed to be the only person that was actually taking care of the visas.
What we needed,
for the Kaiheis. So, yeah. But once he sat down, pulled out a few things, then she asked him to get back up, and she called me, and she apologized when I came and sat down.
So again, she was real nice.
Yeah.
So she went up there, and her and the woman were talking, and kind of tripped me out because again, I'm not right there where she's at, but I'm close enough to hear an earshot. The woman asked her a couple of questions in Spanish, and she told the woman, she didn't speak a lot of Spanish, but the woman still asked her a few questions, and she was able to answer them. So I was like, okay, I guess she on her Spanish game, she game, she like that. So she was able to understand it a little bit. And the lady, lo and behold, the lady done what she done, and she told, okay, cool. Next thing we know, they told us to come back around, I want to say 1 o'clock.
Yep.
Remember now, her first appointment was at 8:30. That was her appointment, was 8:30 at the Mexican Consulate. Or 9, I don't remember, but we got there 30 minutes early. And by the time we walked out of that building, and we had both been seen, now we just wait for them to do the processing and put our temporary stickers in there, our visas in there. She told us to come back at 1 o'clock, but we left out of there in Laredo. It was before 10 o'clock. Mm-hmm. It was before 10, so it's a pretty quick process for us. Because we went that's when we went down, was it IHOP or Denny's?
We went to IHOP.
We went to IHOP, and me, her, Big Bro, we sat down and we had a victory breakfast. Because we was like, man.
And we were panicking, you guys, because we were kind of nervous. And a 5-hour trip is a pretty good drive.
That's a good drive, man.
We were kind of uncertain.
Yeah.
We didn't even know the actual income requirement because they didn't have it listed on the website. And all the times that he emailed them back and forth, not one time did they ever give him the numbers.
They would never give me, and this is in McAllen and Laredo. Mm-hmm. It was not posted on their site there as far as the amount of their financial requirements. They just told me, bring 12 months worth of statements.
And so I don't think either of us thought we were actually going to finish the process that day because we had heard a few horror stories. So we wasn't certain. We was uncertain because of the way the bank stuff was done because they kept saying they wanted originals. And most people, like y'all know, we do everything via online.
Yeah.
It's electronically. So they're not actually sending us out original copies from the bank like they used to do, the bank statements.
Y'all like our view?
So.
I'm sorry. I forgot. Yeah, go ahead.
So we didn't know what to expect. And so once we actually got it, I wasn't even prepared. I'm like, she told me, okay, you're going to take this picture.
Take this picture.
I'm like, oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
But.
Talk about brother looking like a gray-haired bozo. But hey, I don't care. I don't even much care, man.
Yeah, we didn't worry about it.
We got it done. And that's now remember, this is just part 1, getting that temporary visa. I'm gonna call it a sticker. Getting that temporary visa sticker put in your passport. Mm-hmm. I actually got it here, but I'll post it later on the video when I got time to mark out my personal information so y'all can see what we're talking about in case you don't know. Now, so once we went back at 1 o'clock, we got that. We just walked in there, and the whole process after that, we sat down. We got to get checked in again with the security guard. He remembered us because we was only 2 black people that day. So it was easy. He just told us to come on in, We sat down. As soon as we sat down, the lady came back out. She seen us, and she pretty much tapped on the window, called us up, and she gave us our passports, and they had our visa stamps. And she told us, bienvenido a Mexico. You know, basically, you know, like welcome to Mexico. Even though we're in the United States, but she knew what we was trying to do. Mm-hmm. So she was kind of pumped up. Me and her talk, you know, we talked a little bit. So she was happy for us. You know, that
I didn't have to do a lot of talking because again,
yeah,
my husband, he fixed all my paperwork up. So.
And same thing I can do for y'all. Y'all let me know if you need this help, man. Seriously, because if that paperwork is done right, you have to fill out everything. It has to be, remember, everything has to be done in Spanish. Even if you find an English application, they're gonna want their requirements when they ask you your weight, your height, the color of your eyes, color of your skin, whatever they're asking you. You have to put this stuff in Spanish. I'm able to do that, and I'm able to do it in a way to where you can sit there and smile at them. They're not gonna ask you very many questions. The first question they ask you, if you speak Spanish, you'll be able to sit there, look at them, and say no.
I think the only reason why she asked me a couple of questions because you speak so well.
Yeah.
I believe she was saying she
kind of figured that.
She has to know something.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a good point that she brings up because honestly, you don't, you know, I can get you guys through this process. I did it for us. And I know there's a lot of people that are saying the same thing. We can help you. I actually have, because I reached out at first when we first went through this process because everybody make it seem so hard. Everybody make it seem like it's going to be so extraneous of a task that there's no way in heck that you're going to be, you know, able to get through part 1 and 2 on your own. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I can help you guys. Reach out to me. I'll help you. I'm not going to help you for free, but I'll help you. All right, but anyway. So now that we got our temporary passport stickers in there, now we're ready to head back and hightail it home because part 1 is officially done. Remember the timeline, if you guys will, please. October 27th, just a dream, a hope and a dream. We're online saying, hey, we got to get us a passport. So from October 27th till December 21st, from no passport to getting the passport to no visa to getting the visa. Mm-hmm. Finished. October 27th, December 21st. Not even 2 months. Part 1, including the passport process, completed, finito, done. Yes, if you get your passport expedited, it's gonna cost you extra money. I want to say the passports, all together for me and her both, the passport card and the book and the expedited, we end up paying like $250-some a piece. So roughly about $500 and something, and we just ran with it, okay?
But that's because we paid for expedite and we also had the card as well.
Yeah, it don't have to be that expensive for you guys. The application fee is only $35. You go down there, you pay that, and whatever other little fees they have, you pay that. Do the normal 8 to 12 weeks if you're not in no rush. I just really want to see, can I do this process? Because everybody making it seem so hard. And I guess for some people, it probably is. If you don't speak the language, let me tell y'all this. I don't consider myself bilingual. I consider myself transactional. I can get my point across. I can get on and get on. Simple as that. But anyways, so once you get that temporary sticker in your passport, that visa, you have 6 months from that date to go ahead and get to Mexico. Because why? Because part 2 must be done
within
in Mexico.
180 days.
180 days. You got from the day that they put that in that stamp a visa stamp, you have 180 days to get to Mexico and
make an appointment.
Make an appointment. Yes, you have 180 days. Now we'll tell y'all all about part 2 in the next video.
Yep.
So pretty much we did that, and as you guys can see, we are literally in Mexico. Mm-hmm. We're in Mexico City to be exact. We're in Mexico City right now.
Now, part 2 can be challenging.
Part 2 can be challenging. And you guys are going to see a video of that. Because right now, like I said, we're sitting here. But I'll show you the very first day we got here. And that's a story within itself. You have to watch the video. Talk to y'all later. Peace.
Bye.